Hi, let me just start off by saying I did wash my hands before this and clean the grill as well. So today I'm going to grill chicken. I'm going to start off with a herb marinade. I'm going to use it as a rub. It has olive oil, minced garlic, rosemary and thyme, and olive oil. So I'm going to go ahead and rub it on my chicken. Oh, and there's also red wine vinegar in this as well. I can smell it. I'm gonna go ahead and flip it. So I'm going to go ahead and take my other tongs and go ahead and put it on the grill. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and flip the chicken. Nice. That thyme smells really good on it. So I'm going to go ahead and let that sit for maybe about 3 minutes. Okay, so the chicken's at 165, so that's perfect. I'm going to go ahead and take it out. Okay, so now that the chicken's at 165, I'm going to go ahead and pull it off. This is a clean plate. The marinade rub kind of covers the lines, but I did get it browned. Okay, so next I'm going to go ahead and start making the classic rice pilaf. I already have a 1/4 fluid ounce of butter and the clarified butter, as well as the olive oil. I already have that heating, so I'm going to go ahead and add the bay leaf and the olive oil and butter, and I'm going to add the onion. Oops, it's 1/3 of the onion. Turn my broth down. I already have that starting as well. Okay. Spoon. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead. Basically, I'm going to get the onion tender. I want to be sure not to brown them, but cook them a little. Okay, so I let my onions saute for a little bit. They are nice and tender, but not brown. So now that they are sauteed in, I'm going to go ahead and add the long grain rice into the onion, clarified butter, and olive oil with the bay leaf. So basically, I'm going to stir that around and get all the fat soaked up without burning it. Looks good. So I'm going to be sure and cover all the rice with oil. Now I'm going to go ahead and add the chicken stock. It's already hot. So I already had that heated. All right. So I'm going to stir that up. And then I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of salt. Just a little. I actually use pink Himalayan salt. So I'm going to stir that up. Now I'm going to go ahead and transfer that into this pan right here to put in the oven. I do already have the oven on 350. I'll go ahead and show you. This is what it looks like in here. You can see I did follow the recipe, so that's the amount of chicken broth I wanted. So I'm gonna go ahead and add some tin foil. Okay, and now that I have the tin foil on, I'm gonna go ahead and place it into the oven. Okay, and I'm gonna go ahead and set a timer for about 12 to 15 minutes. I know you recommended to do about 12 minutes and then check on it and see how the stock is, if it's dried yet or not. So yeah, okay, so next I'm gonna make a veloute. I'm gonna go ahead and start heating a 1/4 fluid ounce of butter, and I'm gonna take a 1/4 fluid ounce of flour. I'm gonna go ahead and heat that. Just gonna give it a whisk. So I'm gonna let that get warm. And this is gonna be making a blonde roux. I'm gonna go ahead and cook all the flour out, the flour flavor. Just kind of whisk it. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and add the chicken stock to the roux. I have about, say about 5 fluid ounces of that. I'm gonna slowly add it. A little bit, and I'm gonna go ahead and bring that to a boil and let it thicken. So I'm gonna just keep whisking it to thicken it, and then I'll slowly add some more chicken broth. Okay, so it's starting to thicken, so I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit more broth in there. And add the second half and begin whisking again. Okay, so I've been whisking the veloute, and it's definitely thickened and come to a great consistency. So I'm gonna go ahead and take that off and set it to the side for now, because I actually just took out of the oven the rice pilaf. It's still a little warm. Get that off. So I'm gonna go ahead and stir this up. There's no broth left over. It looks great. It's nice, moist. It smells amazing. So I'm going to go ahead and pick the bay leaf out and set it to the side. Alright, so I'm going to set this over here and then add a little bit of salt to the veloute. I'm just gonna leave that there, and then I'm gonna go ahead and plate everything out. Okay, so now that my veloute sauce is done, as well as my rice pilaf, I'm gonna go ahead and plate everything up. I'm gonna put these gloves on so I can shape it, since I don't have that cool little tube-like thing. So I'm gonna do about like half a cup, so I'm not gonna fill this up all the way. Shape it a little bit with my gloves. Okay. Now that I have that shaped, I'm going to go ahead and take the grilled chicken, place it on top of the rice. Then I'm gonna go ahead and take the sauce and just kind of drizzle it over the top. And then I do have some fresh parsley that I'm just gonna place on the plate just to add a little color. Okay, take my gloves off. Show you the final product. Let's see. It looks super tasty. Okay, so I went ahead and cut a piece of chicken, so it's probably not as pretty now. I'm gonna taste the final product. That's amazing. It almost gives it like a gravy feel. I really like it. I wouldn't add anything. Right amount of salt, everything.